Hello, amazing parents and teachers. In this webinar, I'll be teaching you how you can teach your child to read and write properly using the 𝗲𝗿𝗂𝗰𝐺ℎ𝚻method. In just 20 minutes, you will learn common mistakes people make when they teach reading, teaching the letter sounds so that they actually stick, blending words the right way, and also encouraging focus and attention through fun. But first, I would like to introduce myself to you. My name is Mrs. 𝗲𝗿𝗂𝗰𝐁𝘀. I am an early years educator with over 7 years experience. I have successfully taught over 500 children how to read and write properly. I also run a community of over 4,000 parents where we learn and interact every day. I am also a mom of a beautiful 6-year-old who knows how to read and write properly using the 𝗲𝗿𝗂𝗰𝐺ℎ𝚻 method that you're about to learn in this webinar. Alright, so let's get right into the webinar. Here are common mistakes people make when teaching a child how to read. Number 1, teaching the letter names instead of the letter sounds. Now, when you do that, it will hinder their early reading skills. Understanding letter sounds is crucial for sounding out words and building reading skills. So you see, when you just teach the letter names instead of the letter sounds, that child is not going to read on time. Now, the thing is, you can teach the both of them if you want to, but if your goal is to get your child reading fast as possible, then all they need to know is their letter sounds. Also, did you know that the easiest thing to teach is the letter sounds? Because they need to know the sounds individually before they will be able to blend words. That is, letter sounds plus blending is equal to reading. Number 2 is teaching letters in an alphabetical order. Now, you get to see this in most cartoons for kids and all over the internet. And here's what happens. Your child isn't learning their letter sounds. All they're learning is a song. And when you take them out of that, they don't know what to do. So what you have to do is shuffle the sounds and do not present the letter sounds the exact same way and expect them to learn the concept. Okay? They'll only learn the beats, the rhythm, and also dance along to the song, but they're not learning their letter sounds. Another thing to add to this is the reason why we don't teach it in an alphabetical order using the 𝗲𝗿𝗂𝗰𝐺℻𝚻 method is that once your child has learned their level 1 sound, which is satiping, they are able to blend 2-letter words, 3-letter words, 4-letter words. So if your goal is to get your child reading on time, then you shouldn't teach the letters in an alphabetical order. Number 3 is teaching too many sounds at the same time. That's not effective. Even you as an adult, if you try to learn too many things at once, you wouldn't hold on, right? Yes. So what I would say is start with teaching 2 sounds at a time. And only when that child has mastered the sounds that you should move to another set. You shouldn't pack all of them together at once and try to shove it down the child's brain. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's rote learning method, and we're not about to do that if the goal is to get our children reading on time. Now, if you're able to teach the sounds over and over and over again, and they're able to know and master the sounds, then you can push that aside and move to the next sound. But most importantly, you have to follow your child's pace. Go according to your child's pace. Meet them where they are and take them where they're supposed to be. Okay? All right, teaching the letter sounds in a way your child actually remembers them. This is for model 2. Number 1 is be energetic. Play with them. You cannot be teaching a child and you're sitting still. That's a taboo. You have to be energetic. You have to be a child again. You have to get involved in the play. You have to come down to their level. You have to play with them. Be energetic. Number 2, use flashcards. Using flashcards are really important, especially for visual learners, children who just need to see these things to remember them. So use flashcards that have the sounds, use flashcards that have the images of the sounds that you're trying to teach. Use flashcards, okay? So another way to teach the sounds in a way that your child actually remembers them is using short dramatic stories and also actions for each sound. So for the Jolly Phonics scheme, which is the one I use in teaching children how to read, there's something called actions, there's something called short stories. We use this to make the children understand better each sound that they come across. So these 3 things
are also ways you can use to teach a child the sounds in a way that they actually remember them. So there are different ways. There are pictures, there are real life objects. Like when you're teaching about ah, for example, and you want to teach them that ah is for apple. If you can get an apple, please get the apple and show the child. Let the child feel the apple. If possible, eat the apple and know how it tastes. Let them get involved in the learning. Use hands on activities a whole lot to teach, and they will always remember because they're involved in the learning. Also, another way to teach the sounds in a way that it sticks is allowing them teach you the sounds back. So you're done teaching the sounds, you've reinforced, you've done all that you need to do. Give them the opportunity to teach you. This method works all the time. So it gives them the confidence that, okay, I know this thing and I can actually teach this thing. So
All right, model three is blending the right way. Now, I'm going to say this real quick. Blending is tricky, but having to get a child blend words is even trickier. But I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to guide you on what to do and what not to do to help your child start their blending process. Yes, blending is a process and it can take weeks to practice and to be good at it. That's if you're doing it right. And also, it will take your child years if you do it wrong. So, here are some mistakes to avoid when blending. So, number one is do not write down the word and have a child try to read the word before they actually know their sounds. Now, here's what it means it means that if they don't know their sounds very well, then they cannot read the word. Knowing your sounds plus blending is equal to reading. Now, if they don't know their sounds, they would only stutter when blending. So, for example, I'm about to blend sat. So, if the child does not know that this is ah, and this is t, they won't be able to put them together to make the word. Okay? So instead, what you might be hearing the child do is they start to struggle to recognize the sound. And that's why it's very important to always teach the sounds very well. Let them master it, let them know it before blending starts. Okay? So if the child is trying to blend this word now and they don't know their sounds, here's what's going to happen. They start to stutter like uh uh s- e, ah. So now, before they get to the last sound, they must have forgotten what the other one sounds like. And that way, it is not going to aid the child to blend very well. So here's the second mistake you should avoid making. Do not give them big words. Don't start with three-letter words like cat, dog, mom, and think it's easy. Because it's easy for you doesn't mean it's easy for them. I hope you know. So you start with two-letter words. And let me tell you, two-letter words are not even easy, not to talk of three-letter words. So start with two-letter words. And when they are more confident with blending two-letter words, you can move them to three-letter words. Now, unless your child has passed that stage, do not start with three-letter words. Here's what you have to do meet every child where they are and take them to where they're supposed to be. All right, here's another important notice you need to know once your child starts blending. Your child needs to practice throughout the day. Yes, that's during playtime, during bedtime, during school runs, when you go to pick them up from school, when you're taking them to school. Every given opportunity you have, bring up blending for your child. Let them keep practicing. Once they start their blending journey, give them words to practice with. All right, for Module 4, we'll be learning how to use play-based methods to teach our children the letter sounds. So you can ask them to jump on the sounds, you can put pictures that relates to the sound that you're teaching, ask them to color, ask them to trace the sound. You can also scatter the sounds around and ask the child to jump on the sounds to identify the sounds that you've taught them. You can also do a scavenger hunt, that is hiding the sounds around the house or the classroom and asking the child to look for the sounds that you have taught them. Let them play at the same time they're learning. Children learn while playing. I hope you know that. Another one is letting them teach their stuffed animals or letting them teach their toys.
Putting their toys around them, things that they're really comfortable having around them, vibrant colors, just keep it around them and ask the children to teach these toys. This way, they're also going to learn. All right, now you know how to teach a child how to read and write. Yes, you can teach a child how to read and write with no lesson teacher, no Miss Esther, and with absolutely no experience needed. Just do all I have said in this video and the rest is history. But the next thing you need is the right scheme and step-by-step instructions on how to go about that, including all the materials you'll be needing to teach reading and writing properly. If you got to this point, it means you're really interested in looking for a reading scheme that will work for you and your child. Not to worry, you're at the right place. I'll be giving you a bonus you can't find elsewhere. And that's my way of saying thank you for investing in your child.
Do you want a child to learn how to read and write properly? Well, this video is for you. Hello, amazing parents. My name is Miss Esther. After getting a lot of complaints from parents about their children's difficulty in spelling, reading, and writing properly, I decided to put together an all-in-one preschoolers course. This course covers the 7 levels of Jolly Phonics, which will teach your child how to identify their sounds, learn how to blend and form words, and also learn how to read and pronounce words correctly. This all-in-one course for preschoolers also has the handwriting course. The handwriting course consists of 4 properly explained videos from my over 6 years experience in teaching children and 4 printable worksheets for practice. The Jolly Phonics course works for children from 2 years, while the handwriting course works for children from 3 years old. Another amazing thing is that this course also works for teachers and adults. This course is a complete guide to help your child read and pronounce words correctly and also write properly. But don't just take my word for it. Here are a lot of parents and teachers' reviews about our all-in-one course. The course is so amazing that over 400 parents and teachers have gotten it in just January alone. And the good news is it is really affordable. You can get it at a discounted price for just 5,000 naira or 75 Ghana cedis for my Ghanaian parents. Hurry now before the price goes back up. To get this course, you can drop a comment or send a DM to the number showing on your screen now. Once payment is made, the link to the course will be sent to you. Stop complaining about your child and get the all-in-one preschoolers course today. See you and bye for now.